Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today I've got a cute little box for you. How adorable is that? This little gift box, I don't know if you can see inside, 4 tea lights inside there. How cute is that? It's not sealed at the top, but trust me, nothing's coming out of it. It really isn't. However, when you open it fully, yes, the tea lights do come out. There you go. So, it's such a cute box, and it took me forever to come out to get the measurements exactly right. Oh, that doesn't want to go back in there. It's trying to pinch itself closed. But it's so sweet, and it uses the tiniest, smidgiest little bit of paper. And this is the Etc. paper, which I haven't used for a while, but I absolutely love. And that's all you need. It's not a huge piece of paper. It is 5 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches. So you're going to get 6 of these from one sheet. And in metric, that's 14.5 centimetres by 10 centimetres. I will give you all of the dimensions, and I will show you the imperial ones as we go. If you're going to do a metric version, you're going to need to use your trimmer, because this is such a specific size. You do need to use that trimmer, so you can get into the millimetre range. So, long side at the top, you start scoring at 7/8 of an inch, 1 3/4, 2 5/8 of an inch, 3.5 inches, 4 3/8 of an inch, and 5 1/4. And in metric, you need to score at 2.3, 4.6, 6.9, 9.2, 11.5 and 13.8 centimetres. Like I say, don't panic about writing them down. If I tried to write them down now, I'd fill the screen and there'd be no room, you wouldn't see anything. But basically, the sides of the box, they're 7/8 of an inch, which is 2.3 centimetres. So that's the increments that we're going all the way around. And then you turn it round, so you've got the short side at the top, score it again at 7/8 of an inch and at 3 inches. And again in metric, you're going to score that at 2.3 and 7.5. So basically this section here, from this score line here to the top, is 1 inch, which is 2.5 centimetres, and then at the bottom it's 7/8 of an inch. Right, let me move that out of the way, and then fold the score lines. I don't know how well you're seeing this with this lovely zigzag design going on, but I can feel the score lines, fortunately. And I have no reason why I came up with this box in particular. I did decide I wanted to do something with tea lights, because I just kind of felt that I hadn't worked with them for a while. Because I film my videos so far in advance, and I make my prototypes so far in advance, I might have had tea lights out a couple of weeks ago in Spring Watch, but it was ages ago that I worked with them. So, and I wanted to make a box with an unusual size, shape to it, but I also wanted to use minimal paper. So you've got a section which hopefully you can see. This is the 1 inch section, the 2.5 centimetre section. This is the smaller one here. Come to the top, and we want to pinch from that point there to there. You could use a ruler if you want to, but it is, and a stylus, but it's paper, so it's just quite happily bending. And I'm pinching through, so I'm just making this zigzag line. So I'm going, if I turn this over, basically I'm going between the score lines and pinching, and I'm making those score lines pinch together and meet, and that's what's creating that effect at the top. That's what makes this shape, this sort of zigzag fashion. So there's my paper slips. Need to get rid of this little skinny section at the bottom. If I turn it over, hopefully you can see it with the score lines. Score line there and there. So lose the little skinny one, and then cut up all of the other score lines. All of those. Then a piece of sticky strip to go all the way up to the top. And that's where the sides close, so you stick that bit on. And it will fold over because it's equal numbers of sides. You can just push flat, and then you can start pinching these bits in, and these will close up. At this point, do put your tea lights in because you will find it easier to close the box. So obviously I've got to make sure I've got them the right way round. I'm feeding these in from the bottom, which is strange. Oh, it's just fallen all the way through. There we go. So once you've got the first one, you should be able to get the rest in quite easily. Push all of those in, and that will form the shape so that you know you can get this box to close up perfectly. So 2 sides in, and I would grab something like glue dots because they overlap so very slightly that if you try to use Tombow or something like that, you're just going to end up sticking your tea lights down, which is no good to anybody. So I'm just going opposites to opposites. And the last 2. And when I turn that over and use my bone folder just to push those tea lights down a bit harder, that has completely sealed all the bottom off. And you just pinch that bit up. So it doesn't, you know, they're not falling out, they're not going anywhere. You could tie it if you wanted to, but you'd be working on a small piece of ribbon. So instead I've got the denim ribbon, which is lovely. And there is a front and there is a back. There's my seam. So try and tie a knot. And trim those bits off. Just slide it up to position it, and then a little bit of stamping. I'm using real red because I wanted it to clash, I suppose, clash against the Night of Navy, which is the colour in the background. So real red ink, my favourite thank you stamp set, which has got all of these perfect ones. And I've got this sketchy thank you so much. I use it a lot, but I like it because it's sort of sketchy and a bit rubbed out. You know, a bit like the paper here. Punch it with the 1-inch square punch. Sponge the edges just to, you know, scruff those down a bit more as well. A couple of mini glue dots on the back of that. Slide underneath. And one cute little tea light box. 4 tea lights in there. Would you believe it? I wouldn't have done had I not made it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And you know where to come if you need to get hold of anything. Bye.